Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. Earthquakes are definitely one of the scariest natural disasters, as they are unpredictable and leave everyone flabbergasted with pounding hearts. Here in this video as well, we will visit some of the most unbelievable moments captured on security cameras, showing us how deadly these earthquakes can be. Parking lot. This security camera captured a moment when a high-intensity earthquake shook up California. Cars can be seen shaking violently, and have a look at this man running frighteningly in the background. Rumbling cafe. It was just another normal day in Alaska, but soon, this CCTV camera recorded that the lady realized something was wrong.
Get out, get out, get out.
She shouts, and soon the rumbling vibration set the whole cafe quaking. It clattered the whole building, while people started running for their lives. Swimming pool. In 2019, this moment of rejoicing became distressing when in the Philippines, the least expected happened.
Oh my gosh! Gosh! Oh! Mama!
It is evident in this footage that an earthquake of 6.1 magnitude rattled the whole pool, and it made water splash randomly. This terrified people to their core. They tried coming out of these strong oscillating waves, but it was never going to be easy. Terrified classroom. This normal-looking classroom of Anchorage, Alaska, was soon to be changed because the moment an earthquake struck, it clattered the whole room. Students ran for their safety and hid under tables. Thankfully, the building stood its ground, and everyone was safe. Ruffled traffic. In Kathmandu, Nepal, a 6.9 intensity earthquake caused the whole city to collapse. Everyone felt the chaos, and cars started moving disorderly. It was this moment when things got really messy that an edifice collapsed and blew heaps of dust into the air. SUPERSTORE collapse. In this CCTV footage, you can see people shopping and everything seemed normal, but it was just about time when an earthquake of 7.1 magnitude hit Trinidad, and soon it changed everything. Initially, people were trying to hold on to something, not realizing the intensity, but soon they realized the severity and started running to safety. Thankfully, no one was hurt. Mosque troubles. In Syria, it was a time of prayer, and hundreds of people were gathered when they felt an earthquake rumbling the whole building. It terrified everyone, and they impulsively ran for their lives. Thankfully, the building stood its ground, and everyone remained safe. Dog senses earthquake. This is the CCTV footage of a building in Eureka, where initially everything seemed to be normal, while the dog was lying on the floor. But then out of nowhere, he stood up, shocked in terror, and ran away. Moments later, the whole building was hammered by an earthquake of 6.5 magnitude. Everyone else bolted for their lives. Fluttering clothing shop. In the wake of a 9.1 magnitude earthquake, this clothing shop in Japan was shaking. Everything was trembling, while people tried to find shelter with anything they could. You can see the people frightened, not knowing what was going to happen. They were trying to stay close when the coup de grace struck and power cut out. Rambling doors. Have a look at this CCTV footage of an office in Chile when an earthquake of 8.8 magnitude struck and it shuttered the whole building. Thankfully, the place was already evacuated. Otherwise, earthquakes like these can be truly deadly. Clark International Airport, Philippines. When an earthquake of 7.1 magnitude struck the Philippine Clark Airport, It was a frightening sight because even before people could evacuate, the building started coming down. And just by looking at the footage, you can tell the people are frightened and running in an absolute frenzy. School evacuation. In this footage of a school in Tangshan, China, you can see by 10:22, everything was running by the order, but it was just about moments after when 43 seconds later, an earthquake was felt and students dipped in terror and hid themselves under the chairs. Later, everyone was evacuated safely. Glitching outdoor cafe. In this CCTV footage of an open cafe, you can see numerous people sitting and gossiping about when a sudden tremor shook them all up. Everyone ran for their lives as the ground beneath them continued to shake. What a horrifying sight! Riding roller coaster. Who does not know that a roller coaster is a ride for the brave? But this time, it was an impossible ride, because an earthquake struck during the ride, and everyone started shouting in fear, not knowing what was going to happen next.
Hey, no talking for like 30 seconds.
It's still shaking. We're still shaking.
No talking for a second.
To be honest, it was more than just a scary ride, but thankfully, no one was harmed. Savior Nurse. When an earthquake of 7.7 magnitude struck Turkey, this CCTV footage shows us that the hospital walls shook like never before. But this is when a nurse showed absolute courage and galloped to save as many children as she could. Scared dog. This CCTV camera footage captures the reaction of this dog. Initially, it was lying comfortably, but the moment the earthquake jolted, the dog moved in absolute terror. It completely baffled the animal. The shaking was so strong that even the security camera fell. Dancing office. This was the scene when a massive earthquake suddenly shook the newsroom of Fukushima TV in Japan in 2012. You can see how everyone rushed in to save the TV screen, while they should have been concerned with their own safety. An airport quiver. It can be unimaginably discomforting when you see the floor beneath you trembling. This is the footage of Santiago Airport, when an earthquake of 8.4 magnitude shook the whole place. While people stood worried, waiting for the shaking to stop. Horrified cats. Animals are known to have a natural ability to detect seismic activity, far before humans can. Here, you can see in Japan, these cats suddenly got frenzied in fear and started jumping around trying to run to safety. Classroom dismantled. In 1989 in California, a teacher was trying to conduct her classroom while students were busy taking their notes, when suddenly an earthquake shook the whole building. And in no time, the day was forever changed. Crowd rush. In the hustle and bustle of the day, a tremor jolted the area of Ecuador, and the crowd rushed, panicking. It was an earthquake of 6.8 magnitude, which trembled the whole area. It had shaken all of the buildings. Superstores were turned to messes. And people ran in a frenzy to save their lives. Earthquake during a makeup tutorial. A Californian girl was recording a makeup tutorial when an earthquake shook the whole room. There was nothing that went as per plan. The whole room tumbled, and this is definitely not how you put on lipstick. Unless you're going out for Halloween, that is. Ground that cracked up. In Japan, the land of earthquakes, a man noticed a huge crack in the earth. The earth was split into halves.
And it's still moving.
This is incredibly unbelievable. At the same time, it tells you just how much power an earthquake has. Beware, and save yourself the next time you observe such a tremor. Panicked workers. Two people sitting leisurely, unaware of the impending disaster about to follow. An earthquake struck, but initially, only one of them grew concerned, while the other one kept its peace. But as soon as the intensity grew, he stood up too and ran to get out safely. They were so panicked that they even left their cat behind. Poor thing. Earthquake on the boat. In 2020, off the coast of Branford in Connecticut, two friends were fishing when they heard a gurgling sound. Soon, they realized that it was an earthquake, but decided to sit tight. Luckily, they managed to squeeze through, because facing an earthquake of this magnitude while being on a boat seems like a bad place. Swaying buildings. The whole of Japan was shocked by a 9.1 magnitude earthquake in 2011. In this security camera footage, Shinjuku Center of Tokyo can be seen swaying in the air. It is terrifying to see these two massive buildings on the brink of collapse. But thankfully, the buildings didn't fall, because if it had, losses would have been unimaginable. Live broadcast. At the time when half of Turkey was baffled by earthquakes, this anchor was reporting on the situation. But seconds later, another earthquake hit. Instantly, people started running frenzied. Then, it was just about time that the whole area was turned upside down. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. This image was sent to us by one of our subscribers. Similarly, if you ever wish to know more about an image you come across, just send it on over to us. Who knows, we might even feature it in one of our videos. Today's subscriber pick is a screenshot taken from a clip when a massive earthquake struck Nepal. The magnitude of the earthquake was 7.8. The ground movement was extremely terrifying to witness. All the traffic came to a halt. Even the surrounding buildings started shaking pretty badly. This shows how small we are in front of Mother Nature. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching our video. See you next time.